All right, ladies and gents, Handyman back again. As you can see by the bed on this thing, we got a little something different we working on this time. This time it's an actual vehicle we working on. This is another one of my vehicles. I put a pump in this thing before. First got it, ran like a scalded dog, been running fine up until, I don't know, it wasn't. Took it to several different people after I, did everything I could for, hoping if they put it on a one of those high dollar scanners, they could figure out what the problem was for me, and they still can't. So the pump I replaced it with was a GM, OEM pump. Rather than spend 400 bucks on another pump, found one off the internet, Amazon, whatever, a lot cheaper. So we're gonna try and see if this would help the problem out a little bit, because to me it seems like a fuel related problem. I swapped several fuel components and got a little better response every time, other than changing the pump out again. It could have been the fuel pressure sensor, but this is where we at now. Like I said, got the pump, and we're gonna go ahead and put this thing in the day. I've been procrastinating, putting it off long enough. As you can see, I got the bed off. The tailgate off on this thing, took the toolbox, everything off. You want to lighten these things up as light as possible. That's the only reason for you really taking the tailgate off. You got 8 bolts on your frame that holds that bed on. Take all 4 out on this left side, and the 2 middle ones out on your right side. Therefore, like I said, you leave the front and the rear end on the right side, so you have something to keep that bed from sliding off the other side after you go up. Like I said, this is my second time doing it. This is the best way I found, other than taking the whole bed off itself, which is what I originally wanted to do, because of the simple fact that if I got the bed off, I can try several different things, meaning the sensor first, the pump, and play with a few things to actually, find out exactly what the problem is, and just, instead of saying, well, it was the pump assembly, when it perhaps was just the sensor or whatnot. So I prefer to get the whole bed off, do them one at a time, so I can drive up and down the road to see what's going on. But like I said, when you're short of help to do things like that, you got to get it done. And this is what I'm doing it by myself. And I'm gonna show y'all how I got the bed up. I told you how I got it loose and got it jacked up, but I'm gonna actually show you. Of course, you're gonna have to lift it up, and you can't lift it up. Well, not that I have yet by myself. Been able to lift it up with my hands, and I'll show you. Hadn't been able to lift it up like this and pick it up and be able to get my block in. So what I done, like I said, after you got your bed as light as possible, I actually got my shoulder here and put under there, and then you can lift up and slide your block in and lift up a little more after you get your other block and slide it on in a little further, and you use your shoulder and yourself to get it done. So we've side up right now, and let me see, take this off right quick, show you where we at, show you what we got to that point. Further on in here, we've already disconnected our 2 connectors. This is what controls the pump, and that's your pressure sensor there. Like I said, I don't remember when I put the other factory GM pump in, if that was on, or that was the old one. The new pump came with that sensor, so no big. We're just gonna change it out. Like I said, a friend of mine is a special mechanic. He said this thing's supposed to be putting out around 50 to 60 PSI. Like I said, brand new. After I first got it from GM, put it in, I was only getting like 40 to 45, and he said that was too low. So truck ran, but still never performed like it did. So I don't know, maybe I got a bad pump. But we've got this liner loose here also, and you just have to squeeze these little tabs. I can see your hand, but squeeze those in from both sides. And this one, you do the same thing. This one is more of a squeeze to make the other side squeeze out, and then it will come off, or either put something in there to kind of spread that, because that's kind of hard to get in there the way it's made with the tools for a few lines that they sell at the hardware stores and whatnot. And like I said, of course, we've got this ring loose. Also, I wanted to wait on that so I can make sure I get these lines a little further, therefore nothing don't move and wobble around, but got a little ahead of myself. And of course, that little keeper right there, you're gonna have to have a screwdriver sticking between there, get that out the way so you can turn that thing back. That's the only way it got inside that V right there. But like I said, it's loose at this point. Once we get these lines disconnected, then that thing will flip up over there and that pump assembly will come out. Like I said, I use 2 blocks because I've done this before, and you got to get that bed up pretty high because you're gonna have to compress that pump on. This is a 2000 model Chevrolet Silverado. The 99 to like 03, something like that, might be even further, is pretty much the same thing. So you're gonna have to compress those springs and hold it like that until you put it in the pump and get it going down in, and then you can release the springs and go on down in there. But just the space in between there and having to compress is kind of hard job, so it's best. And that's another reason why I wanted to get the whole bed off, so it'd be easy to do. I wouldn't have to compress the springs or anything like that. I mean, it just comes straight out and goes straight back in, much easier to do. But like I said, when you're by yourself, you got to do what you got to do. So we like I said, about over halfway there. Like I said, 2 more lines and she'll come right up out of there. So I'm knock that out and get the other one prepped, the seal, everything greased up. And as soon as we do, we'll get back to you guys with, I guess, the going back process, or something like that, showing you how to actually, I mean, to get the pump back in. So let me handle that, and Handyman will be right back with you guys in a minute.